Welcome back to Ben's Book Club. Today, we are diving into a really interesting one, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. Let me tell you, if most personal finance books are kind of like a gentle pat on the back, this one, well, it's like a bucket of ice water straight to the face. So, DeMarco's whole premise is basically a direct shot at everything we've ever been told about money. You know the drill, right? Get a good job, save 10%, max out your 401k, and then maybe you can retire when you're 65. DeMarco says that's not just slow, he thinks it's a deeply flawed strategy, a trap even. And this quote you're seeing, this is really the heart of his whole argument. He calls it a great deception. Why? Because you're trading away your single most valuable asset, your youth, your time, your energy, all for the hope of being wealthy when you're too old to really enjoy it. Think about it. It's a massive gamble that depends on things you can't control, like the stock market or your own health. It basically locks you into a lifetime of just getting by. Okay, so if wealth isn't just a big 401k balance when you're 65, what is it? DeMarco completely flips the script on this. He says it's not about the Lamborghinis or the fancy stuff, that's just a side effect. Real, true wealth is actually much simpler. He calls it the 3 Fs: family, which is your relationships, fitness, your health, and freedom. The freedom to choose what you do, when you do it, and who you do it with. Money? That's just the tool that unlocks that freedom. So to really drive this point home, DeMarco uses this brilliant road trip metaphor. He says, look, we're all on a financial journey, right? But the path we take, the lane we're in, totally determines our destination. And he breaks it down into 3 very distinct lanes. All right, so let's look at these lanes. Which one are you in? First, you've got the sidewalk. This is pure consumption mode. You're living paycheck to paycheck no matter how much you make. I mean, you could be a high-earning doctor who just spends everything. You're still on the sidewalk. Then there's the slow lane. This is that responsible path most of us are taught. You trade 5 days of your life for 2 days of freedom, just hoping your investments pay off decades from now. But the fast lane? Man, that is a completely different world. The mindset isn't about consuming, it's about producing. The strategy isn't about having a job, it's about building a scalable system that you own. And the goal? Freedom in 5 to 10 years, not 40 or 50.
Okay, so if the fast lane is the goal, that's great. But how do you actually build the vehicle to get you there? Well, DeMarco doesn't just leave you hanging. He gives you a really concrete blueprint he calls the sense checklist. Think of it like a litmus test for any potential fast lane business idea.
So here it is, the sense framework. It's a 5-point checklist for any business idea. Let's break it down. C is for control. You have to own it. You're not just an Uber driver building someone else's empire. E is for entry. There has to be some kind of barrier. I mean, if anyone can do it, the profits are going to get competed away, right? N is for need. This is so crucial. You have to solve a real problem for people. Don't just follow your passion into a business nobody wants. T is for time. Your business has to be able to make money without you being there every second. And finally, S is for scale. Can this thing reach thousands or even millions of people? A little local bakery? That's just a high-stress job. A software tool you can sell to millions online? Now that's a fast lane business. So I want you to take a second here. Seriously. Think about that business idea you've had kicking around in your head, or maybe even a side hustle you're working on right now. Run it through the CNS framework. Does it pass the test? And be honest with yourself. This is the filter that really separates what is just a high-paying job from a true wealth-generating system. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds absolutely incredible, right? Build a system, get rich while you're young, live free. But it's really important we hit the brakes for a second here and talk about the potential potholes on this fast lane. I mean, it can't be as simple as just deciding to switch lanes, can it? Of course not. And critics of the book raise some really valid points we need to consider. Yeah, let's be super clear about this. The fast lane is not easy. First off, you've got a classic case of survivorship bias. We hear DeMarco's amazing success story, but what about the thousands of others who tried the same thing and failed? We don't hear their stories. Second, the privilege gap is a real thing. Let's face it, starting a business often requires capital, or at least a safety net that a lot of people just don't have. And finally, and this is maybe the biggest one, fast lane does not mean get rich quick. Not at all. It means years of intense, grueling, all-consuming work, just compressed into a much shorter timeline. It's like running a marathon, but at a sprinter's pace. But, beyond all the strategies and the checklists and even the risks, the single most powerful idea in this whole book, it's a fundamental shift in how you see the world. It's really about changing your core identity. It all boils down to this one question. Are you a consumer or are you a producer? See, a consumer asks, how can I get a raise or a better job so I can afford to buy that thing? But a producer looks at that exact same thing and asks, how could I have been the one to build and sell this instead of buying it? It's a total shift from just seeking value to actually creating value. Producers don't chase money, they focus on solving problems. And honestly, if you take only one thing away from this entire breakdown, let it be this right here. Stop obsessing over your salary or your savings rate or what the stock market is doing. Instead, obsess over solving problems for other people. The more people you help, the more value you create, and money is just the natural byproduct of delivering that value at a massive scale. So, I want to leave you with a question to think about. This doesn't mean you have to go quit your job tomorrow, okay? Not at all. Maybe it's just identifying a common problem that you and your friends complain about. Maybe it's learning a new skill that could help you build a simple system. Just think, what is one small, actionable step you could take in the next 30 days to start shifting from that consumer mindset to a producer mindset?
And that's our deep dive into the Millionaire Fastlane. It's definitely a provocative and challenging read, one that's designed to make you question pretty much everything you thought you knew about building wealth. Hey, if you found this breakdown valuable and it got you thinking, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.